I'm going to come back once a week and show you guys how I budget, how I'm managing my money, and that you don't have to have a lot of money or start with a lot of money to be able to save. I have to add what's already in there to what I'm adding to it, because then I'll know when I spend the money why I was able to spend more than I put in. Hi everybody, thanks for clicking on this video. On this channel, I experiment with different budgeting styles, savings goals, and I share the strategies I learn as I go. So if that sounds interesting at all to you, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to follow my journey. Alright, so today it's time for me to do my pre-payday prep. So it is the weekend before payday. I can go into my employer's website and find out how much my paycheck will be. And then I go in and I planned where every dollar of that paycheck will go. I am a zero-based budgeter, so that's exactly what that means. I just have a plan for where everything will go, including savings. It doesn't mean that I plan on spending everything. It just means that I know where I want that money to be allocated. So we did go ahead, and a week ago or so, I did do my November budget. So I did kind of an outline of where I wanted money to go for the month. But now I know exactly how much my paycheck will be. I estimated that my first paycheck would be $17.50. I'm jumping right into the point this time, you guys. I estimated that it would be $17.50, and actually, for the first time in a very long time, it was less than what I expected it to be. So here's how we're gonna pivot, right? We're gonna do the breakdown of where everything will go. What I need is my calculator, my pen, and my cheat sheet. So this is what I use every pay period to do the breakdown. And then we're going to get started. So I know from my last pay period, when I did my closeout, if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and take a look. I know that as of right now, I have $687.89 left in the bank. So that's what we have to start off with. So I am going to include that in this budget coming up. I don't always do it, but I am going to do it this time. This is my November A pre-payday prep. Alright, so I'm not sure when this video will get up, but as of now, this is before payday, which is why I call it the pre-payday prep. So we said that we were starting with $687, right? So that's what I have in rollover. That's where we're going to start our budget with. Budgeting notes. Let's see. I like to write this out for anything special that's going to be coming up this pay period that doesn't normally happen. Let's see if there's anything in the monthly budget that I need to keep track of. Christmas, and then I have my new goals, follow a new budget. Shrink wrap. I need to do my winter prep. That's going to cost me about $50. That is shrink wrap for the windows. I need to get, I have plastic from last year, but plastic up the windows, and road salt for the driveway and sidewalks, because last year they were sold out and I want to get ahead of that. So I'll probably buy a couple of buckets in advance. Besides the bills, I think that's it. I do have the winter event that I might buy a ticket for, and that's going to be $55. I was going to use my sinking fund, but I think I won't have to. Thanksgiving is going to be coming up this month, so I am going to give myself an extra $50 in grocery. That's something. Oh, I do want to buy some advent calendars. That's going to be $25. I'm probably going to use my daughter's spending envelope. There's just one for her that I want to get from Amazon. I love an advent calendar. We started that tradition maybe like 3 years ago. Now every year I like to get her something different. So now we can get started. So since we're starting with $687 from last pay period, I want to make sure I take out those buffers. So buffers are money that I keep in the bank in case something that pops up that I was unexpected, or a bill pops up that's unexpected. I just did that wrong. Buffers were $402. So forgive that little error there. So that means I have $285 extra to use in this paycheck. So the paycheck was not $17.50, it was only $17.37 for paycheck A. So we can add that to our starting balance, we don't want to touch those buffers. So that brings us to $2,022 to work with. All right, so this is when our cheat sheet comes in handy. First thing that's going to come out is our automatic savings. That's going to come right off the top. I don't plan on using any sinking funds, or I would have added that. So we're going to take this out from our automatic savings. And there's only one thing in there as of right now that I want taken out automatically, and that's our car emergency sinking fund. So we're going to save for that. It's going to take $100 off the top. That's going to bring us to $19.22. I do need a poll, you guys. I need you to let me know if you preferred me doing it like I did in the last pre-payday prep video, which was the last paycheck which was the November monthly budget. I did it by category. Or if you like me doing it my cheat sheet way, where I break down the fixed expenses, my semi-annual. So this is like bills together and variable expenses together, or this is food together, home expenses together, loans together, stuff like that. So this time I'm just going to do it, my old-fashioned way. But let me know what you guys liked better or what was easier for you to follow for your own budget. All right, so for fixed expenses, those are almost always the same. And I don't have anything special coming out this time. So it's going to be just $800 for my fixed expenses or bills. Oh. All right, that brings us down to $11.22. Let's see what bills we have to pay this time. All right, we have, I'll just write these out for you. All right, and I was explaining that now I have in my fixed expenses, I've moved my car note savings to this so that I can just make the payment directly to the car note to take some money off of the principal now rather than holding on to it for later. All right, $11.22, that pays all of those bills. We're going to get down to semi-annuals. The bill for H2O isn't due until December 1st, so we're going to save that for the paycheck B of November. I skip that. Other expenses, that's where we are now. I do have other expenses that I want to pay for. I have the winter prep and the winter event, so I'm going to take that. That's $105 together. All right. 1, 2, 2. That's going to bring me down to $10.17. All right, so I know that's going to be $50 for our winter prep, which is going to be, rolled salt and window wrapping. And then this is for our winter event ticket. If I decide to go, that's kind of one of those maybe. If not, I'll move that to family fun. All right, that brings us down to $1,017. Okay, and then we have our variable expenses. And I've already figured out my variable expenses are going to be $698 this time. And that's only because it includes the starting balance of that $285 that's already in my ally bucket. So it's already in my variable accounts. I'll show you that breakdown. So this is $698 variables. So I'm going to write out what's in each of these and what I plan to add in each of them. I didn't include change in any of these, but so we don't have to add anything to gas because we have $50 in there. We are going to add $250 to grocery because that's going to include the $50 extra for groceries. Normally it's about $215 that I keep in there, $210, so I'm going to add $50 in there as well. Essentials are normal $50. We're going to add. Pet's going to get, I feel like Pet's going to get 15. So what does that bring us to? 47. Health is getting 0. Doesn't need anything right now. We'll probably add to it next time. My spending is only going to get 40, not 50. It's not going to get 0 in hers, 0 in miscellaneous because it has money. Dining is getting 60, and family fund, we're keeping that $5 in there. There's more money in the family fund savings. Oops, we don't need anything. It's $5. So we're adding, let's see what we're starting with in adding. Starting with 283 and adding $415. So we're adding $415 in there. All right, what does that bring us down to? $319. I have to add what's already in there to what I'm adding to it, because then I'll know when I spend the money why I was able to spend more than I put in. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, that brings it down to $319. So the rest is savings. So we're going to save the rest of this money. Always fund, I'm going to save $240 into our always fund, which is my priority savings. So here's the $245. That's going to go to our priority savings. So $319, this is going to come out in cash. And it's going to go to our envelopes. This is going to go to Christmas. We're going to put more in that. We're going to put $75 in there. College travel, that's going to get $30. My miscellaneous envelope is getting $20. My beauty envelope is getting $10. And my clothing is getting $6, just so I can make it an even $100. And I'll probably leave that at that for now. My daughter's clothing envelope is getting $24. Vacation is getting $75. And extra utility is just getting $5 because we have $295 in there. That $5 will make it $300, and I can leave it at that for now, so we can take that right off. All right, that zeroes out. Perfect. So that's going to go in our always fund. Let's see what we have left. We have $74 left, and that 74 is going to go to our other sinking funds or don't sink funds, or like, you know, our lower priority savings. All right. For me, that includes our 100 envelope. So I'm going to put at least $50 into our 100 envelope savings challenge, and that's going to leave us with $24. And I'll put that into our miscellaneous savings. So I did write out how much I have in each of these at the last pay period. Again, let's see. So miscellaneous savings has $125. That's going to bring us to $150. So we have $50 left to reach that $200 goal there. All right, but that's it. That's pretty simple. That is our straight to the point budget for the first paycheck of November. And then what I do is I color code them so that I know which category is getting which amount. So I'll do that real quick with you guys. Alright, so a total savings plan is, let's see, 100 plus 245 plus 74, $419. Alright, so these are color coded so that I know which categories they go into. That's how I figure it out. And now let me show you guys what those total to. So I've already written this out. I have my goals right here, and for the goals I did update my habit tracker here. I think I showed you guys this in my November budget. Hopefully I have everything in there. I did add my vacation to always fund already. So I will be tracking this every day starting the 3rd, which is tomorrow for me as of right now. I have Thanksgiving groceries, so these are the things that I expect to come up this month. These are all the bills. I can check those off as they go. Payday A, that was a $17.37. My rollover was $285, and then the buffers between the 3 accounts, I have $402, a total of $24.24. So again, we're starting with the buffers. Then we have a paycheck starting off with $24.24, and this all breaks down to zero it out to $24.24. So these are the plans for what's going to happen in every category. I will track each of my expenses as I spend money this pay period. I haven't been putting it here because there's usually more spending than this little box can hold. But I am doing it digitally, and I come back and show you guys what's left, just like I did in the last pay period. So I'll show you what's left in each envelope, where I'm going to put everything, which was the plan here, how much I saved, whether I had any interest. I might get ally interest, but it's nowhere near as much as I get for SoFi. And then any sinking funds I used. Right here, I don't have any sinking funds planned. But we'll see how that goes. So wish me luck on getting these things done and meeting my goals. I didn't do great on the treadmill last pay period, but I did add that back into it this time. So we'll see how that goes. I am not doing the 12-week year, but I gained, y'all. Did I not tell y'all? I gained 7 pounds on that cruise. 7 pounds. I'm not kidding you. I gained 7 pounds. And that was mostly because I ate a lot. I ate all day, like all the time. I think I wanted to get my money's worth, and yeah, don't do that. And I had a lot of bread. The bread, y'all, the bread was so good. It was so good. I had bread with every meal. I had bread at night. I had bread in between meals. I had bread as a snack. Y'all, I'm so disappointed. But I enjoyed the heck out of that vacation. If I ever go on a cruise again, yeah, I will be more disciplined because I am still fighting my hardest to not keep eating like that. Like, I have been eating all the time. My appetite is crazy. Oh, shoot. My appetite is crazy, but I'm going to work on that. All right, I got other stuff to do, so I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys next week. Oh, and thank you so much for helping me reach 6,000 subscribers. Yes! I will be doing a giveaway. I don't know when. I don't announce my giveaways in advance, but I will be doing one. So keep an eye out for that. Usually I sprinkle it in a video here or there, so I will be doing that. I might do 2. Let me know if you guys want me to do 2. I usually do like a loyalty giveaway for people that have been here with me for a long time. And then I do one that's fair for everyone that anybody can guess. So let me know if you guys want me to do 2. There's not a lot of money in my giveaway basket now. Bear with me because that money comes from YouTube paychecks, and my YouTube paychecks have been very small. So you guys can help me out with that by liking and subscribing and telling all your friends about the great news that you learn from these videos, or the tips that you learn, whatever. Or don't. Either way, I like doing this. So I am going to come back once a week and show you guys how I budget, how I'm managing my money, and that you don't have to have a lot of money or start with a lot of money to be able to save. You guys can help me out with that by liking and subscribing and telling all your friends about the great news that you learn from these videos, or the tips that you learn, whatever. Or don't. Either way, I like doing this. So I am going to come back once a week and show you guys how I budget, how I'm managing my money, and that you don't have to have a lot of money or start with a lot of money to be able to save. All right. I think I'm pretty middle of the road as far as income goes. I don't know whether you earn a lot or a little. I think there's tips you can learn from everybody's budget. So I hope you keep watching. Thank you so much. I want you to always remember it is about progression and not about perfection. And happy saving. Bye. I forgot to ask question of the day. Question of the day is, when do you put up your Christmas tree? I saw something today where they said they put up their Christmas tree. If you celebrate Christmas, you could also celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or nothing at all. But if you do celebrate Christmas, when do you put up your tree? If you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, give me one tip on something that people misconstrue about the holiday that you celebrate. Something that people get wrong all the time that you want to clear up, because I'd love to learn more about different holidays. I did consider celebrating Kwanzaa at one point. I still might. You never know. All right. Thanks again for watching. Happy saving. Bye.